Hello and welcome to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we will continue with the second part of our VES 2022 features video. We continue with version 7.65, in which we included features such as the possibility of configuring a history database for our meta console, in the same way we configure the history database in Pandora FMS nodes. Another of the new features of this version was the possibility of performing a new type of scheduled downtime, with which you may disable one or several specific modules of an agent or a series of agents instead of disabling the agent completely. And of course, you may do it in a massive way, as well as program how long the downtime will last and whether it will take place on a timely basis or not. In addition, in this version, we also added the possibility of restricting access to the console through a specific IP filter for each user, which you may configure in the view of that user itself with as many IPs as you want. As for the reports section, we added a new report in which you may filter by agent group and/or by module group, which will allow you to generate a module inventory where you may see the name of these modules, their description, the module group they belong to, whether they have labels, and the group and subgroups the agent that hosts that module belongs to. And speaking of reports, we also added a new alert action that basically consists of sending a report, so you may configure the sending of a specific report if your module goes into critical, warning status, or any condition that you may define in the template of that alert. Aside from features, we also improved network maps by adding automatic refresh, the possibility of deleting Pandora FMS node in case you don't need it, or being able to link several network maps through a dummy node. Finally, from this version onwards, Pandora FMS offers support for Ubuntu 22, although only in Node and with some experimental features. In Pandora FMS version 7.66, as in 7.65, we added a new feature related to the history database, in this case the possibility of storing SNMP traps in this database, available both for Node and for the meta console. From this version onwards, you will also be able to configure a password policy to meet the standards you need in terms of length, maximum time of use, characters to include, and many more options. Of course, this password policy will only apply in case you have the local authentication method set up on your Pandora FMS console. We also added a new feature for module configuration with which you may configure status scaling based on time. That is, you may choose the maximum number of intervals a module can be in warning status, and if it exceeds that number, the module will go into critical status automatically. We added two new options in the credential store to configure SNMP and WMI credentials, which you may then use in that type of modules or in the agent's own wizard instead of having to add them manually. So if you have several devices that share credentials, you may benefit from this feature, although you may also change the username or password in the execution itself if necessary. Finally, regarding the visual part, now when you modify a visual console, you will have the possibility to enable maintenance mode, so that if another user enters that console, they know that you're working on it, which may help you if you're going to make major changes and thus prevent users from seeing the whole change process. The last version we released last year was 7.67, but since it was an LTS version, it only included bug fixes and performance improvements, so that's it for today. Don't forget it, if you like the video, smile, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Any suggestions, questions or ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get a free 30-day trial. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on social media and in future learning videos.